I need you to come with me, cause we're gonna do some time travel. We're gonna travel back about 2,000 years to the most significant event in the history of the universe. You ready? Alright, let's go. Yeah. There's something you gotta see. Journey with me. It's approximately 30 AD in the land of Israel, the city of Jerusalem. But on the outside, there screams and loud cries. Through faith, this scene can be seen without eyes. The mean shout lies and seem to sound wise. As we inch through the crowd, we need to be cautious. A Roman execution, men on 3 crosses, but all the focus is on the one in the center. The gate closes behind you, no one can enter. The sight you behold is so odd, you're stunned. The man hanging on the cross is God the Son. 12 noon is pitch black, cause the sun shines lacking. Your minds can't fathom this divine transaction. As slowly the sound becomes mostly drowned, you realize that you're standing on holy ground.
So forever will I tell, in 3 hours Christ suffered more than any sinner ever will in hell. So forever will I tell, in 3 hours Christ suffered more than any sinner ever will in hell. So forever will I tell, in 3 hours Christ suffered more than any sinner ever will in hell. So forever will I tell, in 3 hours Christ suffered more than any sinner ever will in hell.
You see your holiness at the cross. You see that you're controlling this at the cross. You see how you feel about sin at the cross. Your unfathomable love for men at the cross. It's where we see your sovereignty at the cross. We see our idolatry at the cross. We know that there's a judgment day from the cross. May we never take our eyes away from the cross. We're now in the realm of the sublime and profound. With God at the helm, it's about to go down. The Father's wrath precise will blast and slice the priceless Master Christ as a sacrifice. Willingly he's under the curse, to be treated as if the Son was the worst scum of the earth. The scene is the craziest, Jesus being treated as if he is the shadiest atheist. How is it the Messiah is in the fiery pit, as if he was a wicked liar with twisted desires? The one who's sinless and just, punished as if he was promiscuous and mischievous with vicious lust. The source of all godly pleasure, tormented as if he was a foul investor or child molester. How could he be bruised like he was a goody two-shoes who doesn't think that she needs the good news? He's perfect in love and wisdom, but he's suffering as if he constructed the corrupt justice system. We should mourn at the backdrop. Jesus torn like he's on the corner with crack rock, with porn on his laptop. What is this kid? His gifts are infinite, but he's hit with licks for religious hypocrites. He's the light, but being treated like he's the seedy type who likes to beat his wife. He's treated like a rapist, treated like a slanderer, treated like a racist, or maybe a philanderer. Jesus being penalized like he had sin inside, filled with inner pride while committing genocide. I could write for 1 billion years and still can't name all of the sins placed on the lamb slain. But know this, the main thing the cross demonstrated, the glory and the holiness of God vindicated.
So forever will I tell, in 3 hours Christ suffered more than any sinner ever will in hell. So forever will I tell, in 3 hours Christ suffered more than any sinner ever will in hell. So forever will I tell, in 3 hours Christ suffered more than any sinner ever will in hell. So forever will I tell, in 3 hours Christ suffered more than any sinner ever will in hell.
You see your holiness at the cross. You see that you're controlling this at the cross. You see how you feel about sin at the cross. Your unfathomable love for men at the cross. It's where we see your sovereignty at the cross. We see our idolatry at the cross. We know that there's a judgment day from the cross. May we never take our eyes away from the cross.
Yo, the prophetess on the conquest, as I move silently like the lioness. Yeshua HaMashiach, King of the Jews. Woe to the fools who equate God and Zeus. From eternal evidence, the relevance is full turbulence, benevolence. Blessed is the man who ain't a Babylonian idiot. Colonial pivot, break fool, loving and living it. It's mathematical, sporadical, wormholes and supernatural. Intercellular organizations, homosexual natures engage with sex with the pagans. Sector 7 bringing ruckus, yo, it ain't no mistaking. With light and gamma rays in 3.5 seconds, 104 quarters of a decade. We invented the invasion, now the conquest. Nevertheless, Sector 7 leaves opponents Mike-less.
Screen the untangible, observate spiritual discern, burn the flesh quest. The vision circumcised, decide the height of the quickening solar space. The soul-based mirrored image, I finish predestined awaits. The clutch of fiery lakes, waves to internal intervals. Vows of the steel bow to end the ancient walks of giants, violence. Vents of skeletons, weeps. Riddles to eradicate, crates severe bones. Here's the symptom to be played. Vague to the distance, wind written not to sketch away. Fears of to become the time, well, our fate state. Your place to dwell, spouse, hex, heads of henchmen. Foot soldiers controlled by night witch. Watches for disease, blotches that screen. Spread hate, lust lies amongst. Death called by first name, checkmate. Taintless, slate clean. Fly past evil in this chamber, spiral single thread. Never to be met if living upright, yes. I said never to be met if living upright, yes.
Final destination of the cosmic population confounds the scientological interpretation of Homo sapien existence information. Activation of devastation follows after the levitation of a righteous nation. Shaken foundation, infiltration, pagans overtaken by soldiers waiting to commence the incarceration of souls facing a death sentence. Next vengeance, intervexed presence, scripture text essence, benevolence, peasants, descendants forked over the foreclosure of the scrolls Jehovah left remnants. First Amendment defended by unrepentant defendants who invent sins in the Coliseum of liberal activists, reform apologists, abolishist, kabbalist, novelists.
Radical, nihilistic, intransigent, iconoclastic, gladiatorial, militant, borders in absence of existence. Sukkot Shalom, chief cornerstone, omniscient, splendid, crowns and thrones. Streets bling like chrome, written epistles, transform living stones, articulate, vociferate, and hydras, dry bones. Monotone, vocal tone, pendulating, dominating, spasmodic tonality. We don't conform the 7 crushed domes. Sector homiletics respected, conceptually connected, proverbial aphorisms inspired by the blessed. Non-rudimental, self-existential, reverential, parental, placental, fundamental to every mental credentials, evidential, essential, impedimental for unbiblical, inferential, influential, detrimental, and extricating spiritual potential, arsenal, verbal weaponry, supernatural, clairvoyancy, prophetic telepathy, assault and battery on domains and principalities or any coronality, macabre formality.
Yo, sector symbiote, symbolic, typical, ambition, no master, digital war games, dual shot controller, soldier, bulldozer, peripheral, all seeing eyewitness news, cash to crash, procrastinate, agitate, the accepted aftermath, underground arsonist, alternative, poisonous, voices shift, continental drift, theoretical myth exists, incubated neo, soul created, slated for release, behead the beast, sword and sheet, speak my belief, touch each light, duck, goose with the truth, charismatic, seismic, art inhabits, inner workings of my spirit, man, thoroughly exposed to the outward chirpings of my diaphragm, elements contain food for brain, news for change, amuse for slang, like who's gonna burn in the flame, grasp any circumstance with an iron fist, glitch the scepter, volatile lecture, puncture, pressure, blessed texture, engulf terror, first attempt, employ extreme measure, a tape treasure, swartz and nectar, sweet strength for rent forever, accept or decline, time required to heal a scratch mind, a cat to act divine.
Operatic, my dramatic, singes, charter my thoughts amongst the oceanic, subtangents, the land tangents, the raw, the shaman, on the transit, the cipher play technical for apex. My math is weightless, more like a contraband to excavate millennial torches and authors and smaller forces. Diagrams, every signals acute from digital noises. Propel parallel shell right, exegetical set cell rights. Expand land on tracks like real life. Self-certified when I dropped it. In the end, you'll learn to respect who ops is. It's a conquest.